It's Jimmypocketts. We book our biggest win ever, and we really needed this shit after a little downswing to end 2023. This year though, we're 3 for 3 so far. I didn't vlog the last two cause I really wanted to focus up, climb out that hole a little bit, and vlogging, let's keep it a buck, it's distracting. I started studying again, watching film. I think it really helped a lot. Been analyzing Garrett Adelstein. I think he's someone you could really model your play after. He's pretty good. I mean he's a beast. The vlog schedule though, looking like a home game after this. One in AC at Borgata, and then I'm gonna be in Florida after that, I think. Not confirmed yet. Hopefully book some good sessions out there though, but don't want to ramble on too much. Let's get into hand number one. We pick up King Queen offsuit with the straddle on, and I limp under the gun. Since there's a few action players behind, and people have been 3-betting a lot, otherwise I never limp. I don't really like limping, but it's important to adjust to the table dynamics. We go to a flop, 7 ways of King Queen 6, giving us 2 pair. I just got a new phone, iPhone 15. Not sure why the camera keeps zooming in and out like that, but maybe I gotta mess around with the settings. Anyways though, I check first to act. You know, a bet here would look way too strong. I don't want to scare anyone off. It checks around to late position and he makes it 50. I just call since late position is extremely short stack. If he puts in half his stack here, I should have no problem getting them all in on the turn or river. Also, there's a few players left to act. Hopefully someone else calls, but they fold and we go to a turn heads up. He jams 82 on the turn. I snap call, of course. The river boats us up and we take it down. I briefly get my name on the high hand board with this. I know this shit's never gonna hold, but that's my first time ever being on the board. Shocking how many hours I put in. I can't fucking hit a high hand for the life of me. One of these days though, I'm gonna get that high hand payout. Pocket 10s under the gun and I open for 10. We get 2 callers from middle position and then the button 3 bets to 40. I just call here out of position. The other 2 also call and we go to a flop 4 ways of 7-3-4 with 2 diamonds. We got an overpair. I check to the pre-flop aggressor though, and middle position also checks, both of them. The button now bets 80. I mean, we have an overpair, but there's a flush draw on board, and he very well could have jacks or queens or any higher pair with, given how the way the hand has been played. I think for a while, but I'm hoping he's just got a flush draw like ace queen suited, and if it bricks, we hold up. I jam for 240 to charge him, and it folds to him, and he basically snap calls. The turn is an ace, and the river is a king. The flush draw misses, but some of his flush draws could have still hit, like king jack of diamonds or ace queen of diamonds for a higher pair now. I show, he kind of shakes his head and folds. I really thought I was beat there. He must have had a small flush draw. I really needed this pot too cause this brought me back up to even for the session so far. Minutes later, we're dealt the bullets, pocket aces. Under the gun opens for 15. I 3-bet for middle position to 45. The cutoff calls and the initial raiser calls. We go to flop 3 ways of jack, jack, 6. Under the gun checks to me, and I do not feel good about seeing the jacks paired when I get called 3-betting pre-flop. A jack is definitely in their range. Could either go for a c-bet or a check here on this paired board, but I end up checking. It checks through, and the turn is a king. Now there's a double flush draw on the board, and under the gun checks to me. I was mostly worried about him slow paying the jack, so when he checks, I feel a little bit better about myself, more comfortable. I bet out 60 here, and they both call. Big pot brewing. Right when I bet the 60 though, the dealer motions for me to move my... You see your hand come up right here. I'm gonna play it twice for you. I put it down right away. I love this casino. Don't want to spark any bad blood, you know. Don't worry though, we pick it back up in a second. The river doesn't change the board. It's a 7 of diamonds and small blind jams for 292. This puts me in a tough spot, but I just don't see why a jack would jam here. I can see a king jamming for a semi-bluff, but a jack, he really should be checking with a jack or betting smaller. Doesn't really make sense for him to jam into 2 opponents based on the action so far. And when it doesn't make sense, I'm calling. Late position folds, and the jammer announces ace high. I don't make him show. We flip it over right away and take it down. Not really a big fan of forcing people to show when they announce a losing hand. We are up loads after this pot, and we're not stopping there. Spoiler alert, we proceed to win like the next 5 hands in a row, all decent sized pots in a short amount of time, like 20 minutes. Let's get right into the next hand. Immediately next hand, back to back, we getting premiums. We look down at ace jack offsuit. Forgive me, no vid for this one though. We just got told to move it like literally 45 seconds ago. I'm not gonna push my luck. We get the footage for the next one though. I raise the 15 pre, get 2 calls, and then a 3-bet to 65 from the small blind. I just call. He's short stack of like 200 behind. He's playing. Heads up to the flop of jack 4-6. Now he down bets for 25, which is extremely weak, and his whole demeanor, his facial expressions, his body, I mean, he just looks fucking weak. Let's keep it a buck. We got top, and he's small stacked. I snap re-raise to 100. You know, if he want to get it in, we could get it in. But, of course, he folds. He didn't have anything. Probably had absolutely nothing, and we take it down. Now we get dealt ace-queen offsuit and open to 10 under the gun. We get 7 callers. Yes, 7 callers, bro. The flop comes ace-6-4. We got top with a decent kicker, but I'm not c-betting out in the 7 players, so I check, and it checks through. The turn is a 10. When 7 players check back on the flop, I'm c-betting our ace. It's for sure good at this point. We bet 60 and only the small blind calls. We go to a river heads up of a 4 pairing the board. He checks to me, and I go for a very small milking bet of 35, only about 20% of the pot. He tanks for a while, and I mean a while, almost a full minute. He must have been thinking about hero calling me with king high or some other bullshit. Then he folds and we take it down. I mean, we got him to think at least, so just prove my small bet worked there. Been trying to occasionally work this into my play to see what happens and today we got a good result. Like, if I were to bet a more respectable amount around 60% pot, he would have snap folded. So at least we got him to think about it and almost got an extra 35 out of him. Back to no footage again. Still a little flustered with what happened, you know, really threw me off my game. I got hundreds of hours here at this location and played with this specific dealer multiple times. Never heard no shit like that from her. Maybe I should tip more, and she wouldn't say nothing like that. The next one though, after this, the footage is back on for me. Ace queen offsuit, and we call 15 on the button. We go to flop 7 ways of ace 7-6. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you 3-bet ace queen offsuit on the button? You allowed too many people to see the flop. Well, I'm gonna keep it stacked. I plan on leaving soon, within the next half hour. I'm in lock it up mode. Don't want to unnecessarily bloat pots if I don't have to. You know, I'm on pace to book my biggest win ever, and I want to leave with it. It's still fresh in my mind when I was up about 2K at the Borgata a few weeks ago and ended the session only up about 100. I don't want to blow my load right before I leave again. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to take it with me today. So that's why I didn't 3-bet pre-flop. The initial raiser c-bets for 45 on the flop, and I'm the only caller. Turn goes check check, and again, if I wasn't pussy, I should be betting here when he checks, but I can only report on what actually happened in the moment. The river is an 8, the flush draw misses, it goes check check again, and we take it down, probably winning the absolute minimum here. No idea what he had though. Last hand of the night, and it's a big one. Ace-6 of diamonds with the straddle on. I min open at 12 with the straddle on. Was a misclick. I would have made it 18 if I saw the straddle was on. Usually trying to go 3x pot plus the limpers pre-flop now. You know, the old me always opened 5x no matter the action from any position, but after studying I learned 3x pot plus the dead money is the way to go. That's what the pros do, and I'm trying to play like them. The small blind, 3-bets to 45. I call, and we go to flop 4 ways of jack 7 with 2 diamonds. We got a flush draw. The aggressor now checks to me, so I bet 65. If I wasn't so deep, I might check here, but we're playing about 2K effective at a 1-3 table with a 500 max buy-in, so big stack aggressive poker it is. Late position in the small blind call, 3 ways to the turn of the 4 diamonds. We smacked the flush. It checks to me. I bet 125. Looking back, my pot estimates were off here, only by a little bit in the moment. I need to be betting more around 175 to 200 here, but only the small blind calls. The river is a 6 of clubs, completing an unlikely straight. He donk leads in out for 100 now, with about 300 behind. Once again, call me pussy, but I'm scared money today right now. I'm about to leave. I just call. I'm in lock it up mode. I don't want to force him to show. I show right away. We're good, and we take it down. I mean, I guess I'm leaving money on the table. Should have put them all in there, but a win is a win. We still dragged in the pot and book our biggest win ever. A little bummy right now. I still got my work clothes on, but we book our biggest win ever, a little bit over 1,100. I'll throw the exact totals up somewhere, but I'm still not happy with my play. Even though we book our biggest win ever, I feel like we still made a lot of mistakes. And I feel like a lot of those mistakes were caused by going on a downswing to end 2023. For full transparency, we started the year, we won every month from January to August. But then August to December, we just went on a bad downswing, about 3K. But shit like that, it just affects your mentality. It affects your brain, the way you're thinking, decisions you make when you're at the table. And I feel like that really caused me to play scared money at the end of the session. And, you know, it sucks that it happened, but at the end of the day, I feel like, we still booked the win. I'm still happy with the results, but I really need to stop letting previous sessions affect my thinking in the current section, because we kind of left some money on the table. We could have won more. That's it for today, though. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I'll be out in Florida soon. We get some vlogs out there, man. And you'll see that on the channel. That's it for today.